Camera opens on the car, slow pan across the body, close-ups of details, engine bay or EV motors, interior shots. Voiceover begins. Imagine a Lamborghini that feels like a rocket ship from the future but keeps the brutal soul of an Italian supercar. That's the Terzo Millennio, Lamborghini's vision of what a hypercar could be when the rules of propulsion, materials and energy storage are thrown out and redesigned from scratch. Today we're walking through what makes the 2025 Terzo Millennio so fascinating. The tech, the performance promise, the design language, and the things that might make you stare at it in a showroom or on the cover of a car magazine. Start with the big idea. Terzo Millennio is not just another fast car. It's a research-driven concept that explores electric propulsion for ultra-high performance. Instead of a single big battery and one motor, this car uses multiple compact electric motors, one for each wheel, which gives near-instant torque at every corner and enables incredibly fine-grained torque vectoring. The result? Enormous traction, razor-sharp handling, and the ability to place power exactly where the car needs it during a corner. For everyday language, it accelerates like crazy in corners like it's glued to the road. Under the skin is where things get sci-fi. Lamborghini's concept team played with advanced energy storage, specifically supercapacitors or hybrid capacitor battery systems, that can absorb and release energy far faster than traditional lithium cells. That means brutal bursts of power for acceleration and regenerative braking that actually recovers energy quickly during track use. Practically, you get explosive acceleration lap after lap without the same level of thermal fade you'd see in conventional setups. If you like the idea of all-out, repeatable performance, this architecture is built for it. Materials are another headline. The Terzo Millennio concept introduced the idea of using carbon nanotube reinforced composites, essentially carbon fiber taken to the next level. Those materials are lighter and stiffer than conventional carbon fiber, allowing designers to shape the chassis into structural modules that double as energy storage or heat paths. Translation: less weight, more rigidity, and clever packaging that means the car can be both light and incredibly strong. For the driver, that shows up as sharper steering feedback, more confidence under braking, and a husk that feels 2 steps ahead of your inputs. Performance figures for a concept like this are best read as ambitious targets, but they're still mouth-watering. With 4 high-output electric motors, total system power in speculative production iterations is often quoted in the range of 900–1,400 plus horsepower equivalent, with acceleration estimates that can approach or beat the quickest production hypercars, think 0 to 60 mph in roughly the low 2-second range, and a top speed comfortably above 210 miles per hour if aero and gearing are optimized. The real headline, though, is the drivability: instant torque, torque vectoring that neutralizes under oversteer, and traction that makes launching from a stop feel almost unfair. Driving dynamics are a huge part of the Terzo story. Because the motors can be individually controlled, the car becomes a dynamic machine that can react in milliseconds to changes in grip, steering angle, and driver intent. On a racetrack that's silky smooth for lap time consistency, on public roads it means more stability at the limit and less drama when pushing hard. Combine that with active aerodynamic elements, adjustable wings, vents that open and close, and underfloor geometry that changes with speed, and you have a car that adapts its downforce and drag to the situation. You want grip in the corners, it gives you grip. You want to slice through a long straight, it reduces drag. Inside, Terzo Millennio blends minimalism with focused driver tech. Expect a cockpit that prioritizes visibility and control, a slim steering wheel, configurable digital displays, and driver assist overlays that show predictive traction or energy flow when you want them. The concept also explored self-diagnosing materials. The carbon structure could, in theory, sense micro cracks and report wear before it becomes a problem. For owners, that's a safety and maintenance boon, an intelligent car that helps you keep it in prime condition. Design-wise, Terzo Millennio reads like a Lamborghini, wide and aggressive, with sharp creases, big intakes, and a low-slung profile, but with futuristic cues, more sculpted surfaces, integrated aero channels, and lighting treated as a functional element rather than decoration. The silhouette is low and wedge-like, but the surface treatment is more sculptural and less purely ornamented. In simpler terms, it looks like a Lambo, but remixed for an electric age where cooling, airflow and aerodynamics play different roles than under the hood of a V12. What about usability? Concepts often get criticized for being impractical, but a production-minded Terzo would likely offer modes that make it livable: an urban mode for quiet, energy-efficient driving, a sport mode for responsive chassis and motor mapping, and a track mode that unleashes everything with reduced traction intervention. Range and charging remain realistic constraints for any electric hypercar, but the emphasis on fast charging capacitors or hybrid storage is specifically aimed at reducing downtime between hot laps, a real performance advantage. Unique selling points you don't see in ordinary supercars: structural energy systems, materials that double as storage or sensors, advanced capacitor-based power delivery for repeatable high power output, and native 4-motor architecture for supreme torque control. It's not just power, it's the way the power is used and reused. Owners buying into this car are buying into bleeding-edge engineering and a product that's as much research demonstrator as it is a status symbol. Now the practical bit you asked for: price. Since Terzo Millennio began as a concept and not a traditional production model, there's no official sticker price. If Lamborghini were to build a limited production road-legal Terzo with the level of materials, bespoke engineering, and low-volume manufacturing required, a realistic estimate would be in the ultra-hypercar bracket. Expect something in the region of $2-4 million USD, depending on specification, rarity, and bespoke options. That price reflects not just performance but the research, exotic materials, and one-of-a-kind craftsmanship involved. To wrap up, the 2025 Terzo Millennio, in concept or limited production form, represents a bold rethinking of what a supercar can be in an electric era. It's about explosive electric performance tailored by intelligent systems, materials that serve multiple roles, and design that's both beautiful and functional. For enthusiasts who want the raw emotion of a Lamborghini with the tech maturity of tomorrow, Terzo Millennio is a statement: speed and science, hand in hand. Cut to B-roll of details, close shots of lights and bodywork, interior overlay showing energy flow diagrams, final wide shot. If you like this walkthrough, hit like for more deep dives, and drop a comment: would you park a multi-million-dollar electric Lambo in your garage? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next review.